A season-long journey follows a path to greatness. A destination. A dream. A quest for excellence. It's your time. A time to compete for a place in Nebraska sports history. Great moments are earned here. Play like a champion. Welcome to the NSAA State Football Championships on NET.
NET Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, as we get set to crown another champion this morning in Class C2. It's the Cedar Catholic Trojans at 10-2, taking on the 11-1 Aquinas Catholic Monarchs. And good morning, everybody. Along with former Husker Damon Benning, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we will crown 3 more champions today. We begin in Class C2, then C1, and tonight in Class B. Let's start with the morning game, obviously. Cedar Catholic comes in here with a lot of athletic talent. It's a program that is rich, Damon, in athletic accomplishments, but believe it or not, they have never won a state football championship. Last time here was 2009. They were the runner-up. They've got some special talent in that backfield.
They do, and if there's such a thing as being ambidextrous in football, it is Cedar Catholic right now. There's 2 guys that kind of stir the drink for these guys, and it's James Kaiser and the guy they love to hand the ball to in his 1,429 yards. That's Ryan Becker. They can beat you a couple of different ways. It starts with the ground game, then the passing game of James Kaiser is soon to follow. Once he gets his touches and can soften the edge a little bit, he's got deceptively good speed, he's got very good size. That's when that passing game can get it going. And they know defensively, if they're disciplined, that offense can keep them in it.
Aquinas Catholic on the other side. This is their 4th consecutive trip here to Memorial Stadium, looking for their 3rd title in 4 years.
Absolutely. They've got their own version of the four horsemen.
Right.
It's Cranda. It could be Napier. It actually could be Simrad at quarterback, but the guy that they like to get the ball to is Pellin. It's like Novocaine in terms of this offense. You give it time and it'll work. It's variations of the wing T, and it's based on deception. But make no mistake about it, number 8 is the guy that gets it going for this offense.
We talked about the history of this Aquinas Catholic squad. For more on that, let's go down to the field. Here's Sean Callahan.
You know, Larry, you talked about this being their 4th straight trip here to Memorial Stadium, and a lot of people going into the semifinals thought that this would be the year they wouldn't get here. Battle Creek was the #1 overall team in Class C2, and a lot of the experts just assumed Battle Creek would be here today, but it was Aquinas that proved everybody wrong. As Damon said, their system, they've been running here for so long. They won that semifinal game over the top seed Battle Creek 31-20, and their program's really built on a lot of core things. As you mentioned, they run the wing T offense. It's really the same offense that Ron Mimick's been running here since the 90s, and they play great defense and they play great special teams. And if you do those 2 things, you're going to win a lot of football games, especially with a veteran head coach that's been here and done it before here, as Aquinas is going for their 3rd title now here in 4 years.
Thanks, Sean. Ron Mimick, definitely a back-to-basics, repetitive, repetition, get-it-down kind of guy, and it really, you can see that in his offense.
Absolutely. They pay tremendous attention to detail, and those guys know who they are. If you want to talk identity, they're the epitome of it, and I think it served them well the first time these 2 teams met. Although the game was close, it was 7-0, won in overtime. Both teams vastly different. They were inexperienced the first time around, played in some sloppy conditions. This one should be much more crisp as they meet the second time around.
Hey, I want to remind you, you can watch NET Sports anytime, anywhere, and especially today with the State High School Football Championships throughout the day right here on NET. You might want to download the free NET Nebraska app today. You can watch college player profiles, full-length profiles, and episodes from Big Red Wrap-Up, live web streams. There's so much more out there. Just search for NET Nebraska in the App Store or download. You can download it free at netnebraska.org/apps. And don't forget, you can watch the game on your computer today as well on our website at netnebraska.org/sports. Or again, download the app. So ready to go here for the Class C2 State Championship, the first of 3 today. Cedar Catholic comes in at 10-2 overall. taking on Aquinas Catholic at 11-1. Let's take a look at the schedules of these two teams, and you see highlighted in yellow at the top, as you mentioned, Damon, the first game of the year in overtime. It was Cedar Catholic losing to Aquinas Catholic. So they open the season against each other, and they close the season against each other right here at Memorial Stadium. The only other blemish on Cedar Catholic's record was that loss to Battle Creek, 36-14.
As you see there, and when you go head-to-head,
yeah,
obviously Aquinas has beaten Battle Creek.
Right.
So you hope that it's not the transitive linear property if you're a fan of Hardington Cedar Catholic. No if then A plus B equals C.
I didn't even follow that. All right, so Aquinas Catholic, here's a look at their schedule. 11-1 on the year. Cedar Catholic with that loss early in the year. Aquinas beat Cedar Catholic, and then as you mentioned, David, it was in the semifinal game that Aquinas Catholic knocked off number 1 seed Battle Creek. You heard Sean talk about it. 31-20 was the final in that game, and that's a common opponent between these two as well. So if you're looking at the scales, they may tip a bit in the favor of Aquinas Catholic, but as you said, two teams in very different places today than they were the last time they squared off. So now time for introductions of our athletes. Let's go to Doc Weidiger.
And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First for the visiting team, the Hardington Cedar Catholic Trojans. Number 3, Luke Burback. Number 4, Alex Fisher. Number 7, James Kaiser. Number 8, Shane Hamilton. Number 22, Jared Wiebelhaus. Number 23, Zach Fisher. Number 24, Tristan Stefan. Number 31, Mitchell Stefan. Number 42, Ryan Becker. Number 43, Bennett Stefan. Number 50, Bo Becker. Number 53, Stephen Hillis. Number 58, Kendrick Gaden. Number 60, Adam Lisey. Number 67, Jack Stefan. Number 72, Chase Kelly. Number 76, Austin Cook. Number 77, Tucker Loberg. Number 78, Carter Taney. Number 80, Ty Becker. Number 82, Andy Schiefer. Number 89, Garrett Heine. Head coach for the Trojans, Chad Cotto. And now, please welcome the rest of the Hardington Cedar Catholic Trojans and their coaches to the field.
Hardington Cedar Catholic and head coach Chad Cotto take the field, their first appearance down here in the state championship game since 2009 when they were the runner-up. They were also runners-up back in 2001. Let's take a look at these two teams and the comparison between the two, Cedar Catholic and Aquinas Catholic. A few more points per game. Points allowed, very similar. A couple of tough defenses I think we're going to see here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. You had to take a double take when you saw that Aquinas Catholic had given up 20 points, but it was to a very vaunted offense in Battle Creek. So you get the sense that points will be hard to come by in this one.
So back to Doc Weidiger now for the introduction of Aquinas Catholic.
And now the starters for the home team, the Aquinas Catholic Monarchs. Number 3, Connor Cranda. Number 8, Noah Pellon. Number 9, Spencer McGuire. Number 10, Fidel Mukriza. Number 12, Trev Semrod. Number 16, James Kobza. Number 25, Lane Napier. Number 30, Caleb Yindrick. Number 38, Kenton Kobza. Number 51, Mitchell White. Number 52, Colin Hine. Number 54, Jaden Sylvester. Number 58, Jake Emsweiler. Number 60, Trenton Smith. Number 64, Brendan Comp. Number 66, Brandon Swoboda. Number 70, Matthew Kindler. Number 75, Trevin Steger. Number 83, Michael Jacob. Number 85, Heath Kettler. Number 87, Brandon Darrow. Number 89, Nathan Kovar. Head coach for the Monarchs is Ron Mimick. And now please welcome the rest of the Aquinas Catholic Monarchs team members and coaches to the field.
It is the 4th consecutive trip to the state championship game for David City Aquinas. Aquinas Catholic coming in at 11-1 on the year. Let's take a look at where these two teams come from. Of course, Cedar Catholic from Hartington, Nebraska, northeast Nebraska, up there in Siouxland. Aquinas Catholic in David City, not too far from right here in the capital city, both making the trip here to Memorial Stadium. This is how they got here to the state championship. It was Aquinas Catholic beating Hastings St. Cecilia 21-10 in the quarterfinals, and then that tough battle with the top-ranked team in the state, Battle Creek 31-20. Cedar Catholic with wins over Freeman and Oakland Craig to make it here to Memorial Stadium. Now back to Doc Weiniger for the introduction of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. This time we would ask that you please rise as we honor our flag and our country with the singing of the national anthem. Singing the anthem this morning be Erica Ventura and Kiara Rodriguez from Plattsmouth High School, directed by Mr. Chris Work.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Erica Ventura.
That is the Plattsmouth High School duet with our national anthem. We're ready to go here for the Class C2 State Championship. When we come back, it's the Trojans of Cedar Catholic taking on Aquinas Catholic right here at Memorial Stadium. Stay with us.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
When you've been around for more than a century, you understand the power of generations, the value of nurturing and developing those who will carry on the legacy of agriculture and food production. That's why the Aurora Cooperative helps young people gain the experience, expertise, and wisdom to feed the world, be good stewards, become responsible community leaders, and continue setting the example for the generations that follow. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Cheer for your team and be there for all of the excitement. For championship ticket information, visit the Nebraska School Activities Association's website.
23 degrees, clear skies, a bit of a breeze. Certainly a much nicer day today than it was yesterday. The sun is out, and that breeze oh so slight, much different than the 40-mile-an-hour winds we had yesterday. So a terrific day for football here at Memorial Stadium. Your officiating crew for this morning game, Class C2 State Championship. Marty Pinkerman's crew out of Hastings. He's the referee. You see the umpire, linesman, line judge, back judge, and our red hat is Rick Stromer. So ready to go here in this C2 State Championship game. It will be Aquinas Catholic winning the toss. They have deferred their choice until the second half. Cedar Catholic will receive, and so therefore Aquinas Catholic will kick it off to start. Trev Simrad to kick it off, back deep for the Trojans of Cedar Catholic. Ryan Becker, number 42, Tristan Steffen, number 24. C2 State Championship here at Memorial Stadium to kick off the day. First of 3 on the day. We will crown 6 state championships over the 2 days. That's scooped up by Becker. Becker takes it back up the middle. Eludes one tackle out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. So a good return by the Trojans, and that's where they will do business on their first offensive possession.
Fitting that he's the first guy to get the touch. You're gonna see a steady diet of number 42 from Mr. Becker today.
There's James Kaiser, the 6-foot, 160-pound senior quarterback for the Trojans. He's rushed for 582 yards on the season, thrown for more than 1,200. Dual threat guy, and then of course Ryan Becker, number 42, the running back, as Damon told you, off the top, 1,400 plus yards on the season. And they'll give it to Becker, the first handoff. He's stacked up. Brendan Compte with the tackle there. There's your impact players from Cedar Catholic, Ryan Becker, James Kaiser. And Aquinas Catholic, watch Mitchell White. Mitch White from that middle linebacker spot. He'll be very active, number 51. 114 tackles on the year. And 12 sacks. So no gain on first down. They'll give to the up man, and there's Mitch White. Just got done talking about him, and on cue, the middle linebacker makes the play.
Yeah, real good job of diagnosing a double tight formation from Arlington Cedar Catholic. So no real confusion. You see the guards covered. Nice run fit by number 51, Mitchell White. He's got a nose for the football. There's a reason he's an impact player. He arrives with some serious impact.
So a loss of 1 on the play brings up 3rd down and 11. Becker in the backfield, dropping back to throw. Out in the flat, had a man, but leads him a little too much. The intended receiver goes through his hands and incomplete.
If you're Hardington Cedar Catholic, you want to try to win on 1st down. They didn't. Struggled a little bit on 2nd down and put them in 3rd and long. They come with a little tight bunch formation. Incomplete on 3rd and long. Low percentage conversion rate on anything of that distance.
And there to kick it away is Shane Hamilton. Hamilton gets it away. Fair catch called for at the 37-yard line. Nate Kovar takes the fair catch. So a 3 and out on Cedar Catholic's first possession, and here come the Monarchs of Aquinas Catholic.
Yeah, right away, if you're Hardington Cedar Catholic, you've got to find a way to be disciplined on defense. We talked about the variations of the wing tee, and it's a 4-headed monster. Cranda, Napier, Pellin, and Simrod as well. Even amount of carries. Everybody's over 500 yards. It's a balanced offense, predicated on deception and execution of the bigs up front.
Your quarterback, Trev Simrad, 165 yards, 872 through the air. The toss sweep to Pellin. Pellin has the outside flag on the play behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the call is, but Pellin, a nice gain on 1st down of about 9 yards.
Yeah, tight ends, they'll be key today, not necessarily catching the ball for Aquinas Catholic. A hold there on the edge allowed Pellin to turn the corner, but what you see from Noah is when he's out there on the edge, he can get skinny through those holes. There wasn't a great crease to get through, but he got there. We're going to see a chop block. Oh, that's a tough call right there.
Got him right in the hip, didn't he?
Outside the tackle box area, you have to be careful. That's a little too far from where the ball was snapped. Try to protect those guys on the edges and keep them healthy with their knees. They've got it's a little bit of a subjective tackle box area. Can't cut outside of that deal.
That's a block below the waist on the offense. Repeat 1st down.
Pellin with some quicks though.
So that will back them up 18 yards from the spot of the foul, 15 yards back. So 2nd down now and 28. Make it 1st down and 28 for Aquinas. The give up the middle with some room. Squeezed through there, gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Let's go down on the field to Sean.
You guys, that first play that you saw on the chop block, that's actually the exact same first play Aquinas has run every game this year, I'm told. One of the things that Ron Mimics likes to do is run that play so he can see the speed of the defense and just kind of gauge how fast they're going to be out there on the edge.
Yeah, that's a nice little tidbit right there. We reference it. It's like Novocaine. You give it time and it'll work. They do the same thing. It is repetitive offense for Aquinas Catholic.
Napier in the backfield. Cranda resetting there. In motion is Pellin. The give to Pellin on the edge. Pellin squeezes through for a gain of a couple. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Impact players for Aquinas Catholic offensively. Obviously, Noah Pellin, we talked about him off the top. He has 107 carries for 700 yards, along with Trev Simrad. Simrad, the quarterback, 872, 12 touchdowns and 1 pick. And defensively for Cedar Catholic, it's Tristan Steffen, number 24. Steffen from that left quarterback spot will make a lot of plays in this run game.
Yeah, he can go get it. He can pick it in the air, and he can fit in the run game as well. 55 tackles for a DB, so you know he's not afraid to stick his nose in there.
3rd down and 17. Flag on the play. It looks like it may be, no, it was about to be a delay of game, but timeout called by Aquinas. There's a look at Ron Mimic in his 25th season at Aquinas Catholic, a career record of 212 and 61. He's got a formula. He repeats it over and over again, and these kids get trained in it, and it works very well. Aquinas Catholic was here last year in this C2 state championship. Let's take a look back. It was the 2-time defending Aquinas Monarchs taking on the Donovan Trumbull Cardinals in last year's Class C2 state title game. The Cardinals managed to play a very physical defense against the Monarchs, holding them to only 188 yards of total offense. On the other side of the ball, the Cardinals put up some big numbers with 3 players each racking up 100-plus rushing yards and an overwhelming 27-11 advantage in first downs. Donovan Trumbull's rushing game ate up the clock, and by the end of the third quarter, they had all but sealed the deal with a 26-0 lead. The Cardinals' defense continued to perform in the fourth quarter, allowing the offense to control the clock and put Aquinas away with a 32-13 win. Donovan Trumbull wins its first ever state football championship. And another team today looking for its first ever state championship against Aquinas. That would be the Trojans of Cedar Catholic. 4th consecutive trip here to Memorial Stadium. That's impressive and tough to do. The toss sweep outside, picking the way through, but it won't be enough on 3rd down and 17, a gain of about 7.
Yeah, the chop block really allowing Aquinas Catholic to get off schedule as an offense. We talked about it in a game where where both defenses are pretty stout and points will be hard to come by. Staying on schedule as an offense will be paramount, especially as both teams like to generate the bulk of their work on the ground.
So now back deep is Jared Wiebelhaus for Cedar Catholic. Simrad to kick it away. Good punt by Simrad. Taken at the 24-yard line. That's where Wiebelhaus will be stacked up right there. Good punt coverage by this Aquinas special teams.
Yeah, Aquinas has definitely taken on the personality of the head coach. Most good programs do. There's a lot of pads cracking, and that's the toughness that Coach Mimick asks his guys to play with.
Cedar Catholic takes over at its own 26, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. James Kaiser in there at quarterback.
Nice unbalanced look here for Hartington Cedar Catholic.
Goes backside and tripped up is Becker. Nice play there from that linebacker spot by Noah Pellin.
Yeah, real interesting too. They're running counterback the other way, away from the unbalanced. That's the second time they've gotten an unbalanced look. We'll see what happens if they come back to the strength as the game progresses. Maybe setting Aquinas up here a little bit.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 for the Trojans. The give to Becker. Becker cuts back. Ball on the ground. Who got on it? Aquinas says they did, and so does the official. Big early break here in quarter number 1 for Aquinas Catholic as they come up with the turnover. The recovery by Mitch White.
He is always around the football. Watch the diagnosing that Aquinas does. Good job by Mitch White tracking it down from the backside. That's just relentless. He originally penetrated through the A-gap, ran it down from the backside. Now that's just great hustle.
After looking at that replay, Trent Smith comes up with the fumble recovery caused by Mitch White. There's a look at Trent Smith.
A 99 tack, wow. That's good work.
So great field position, 27-yard line for Aquinas Catholic. Give inside to Cranda. Cranda turns it up for a gain of about 5 on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Monarchs.
Yeah, we talked about their version of the four horsemen and add Simrad to that, but you look at Palin, Napier, and Cranda, evenly distributed amongst how they want to attack you on the ground. It forces you to be extremely disciplined as a defense. Multiple ways to get you.
2nd down. Give up the middle to Napier, and Lane Napier with a nice gain, enough for a 1st down to the 10-yard line. Pickup of about 10 yards.
One of the early things as we take a look at the replay for Hartington Cedar Catholic is to diagnose the difference between dive and trap. Dive you beat with penetration. Trap you have to play discipline. Aquinas equally adept at showing both. One of the things that is subtle to the eye but very effective as an offense. Nice bare front here by Hartington Cedar Catholic.
Pellin in motion, gets the give. Defensively, nice job. Led up front by Chase Kelly.
We'll see if that's the way that HCC wants to play it, where they cover up the guards and don't allow pullers to get out and be effective. Now, you're going to be vulnerable on the second level if you don't make the play at the line of scrimmage. But initially, if you can cover up those guards, you can let those linebackers run clean.
Becker also there on the play, so second down and goal to go. Toss sweep to the outside. Cedar Catholic there again. Good job running that down. Jared Wiebelhaus there on the hit.
Nice adjustment on the fly by Coach Cotto and his bunch, saying, okay, anything you can do, we're going to try to do better. It is size on size and a helmet on a helmet right now. Nice little adjustment defensively. Changed their front a little bit.
Third down and 9. Goal to go. Pellin in motion again. Rolling to his right to throw is Simrad's. Got a man out there. Overthrew him. Almost picked off by James Kaiser in coverage. They had him double teamed front and back. That would have been a tough one to get in there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, as you take a look at the replay, this is one that you want to take away. This isn't necessarily a turnover. You want to take away because you get the sense that that could keep Aquinas Catholic from having the chance to put points on the board. We'll see just how big a drop that was on the potential interception.
So here's Trev Simrad in for the field goal try. Simrad 3 for 7 on the year, a long of 41. This one will be from 27 yards out. The kick is up, and it is
pushed it.
No good. Missed just right.
Yeah, that is, although the yardage isn't substantial, the hard football in the cold conditions make it a little bit difficult. We found that out last night. It is difficult to strike the pigskin flush with conditions like this one early. Need that sun to become a factor here. It is right over Tom Osborne Field in Memorial Stadium, but it is not real warm out there right now.
And another note, you're looking at field goals, whether it's mental or not. You're looking at field goals that are a little bit closer than your typical high school field goal.
Yeah, hashes and
that's right,
and field goals. College hashes, college posts.
So James Kaiser back in there at quarterback. The quick toss outside, incomplete as he tried to hit Luke Burbach.
Burbach can make some plays, and we talked about the hashes. You know, when you're going to look at splits, you know, they're going to set it in the middle of the field, the right hash, the left hash. It messes with your alignment a little bit as a defense all of a sudden when you're seeing college hashes, because you get the sense that there's a lot more space out there. It's a bit of an illusion.
After the incomplete pass, second down and 10 for the Trojans. Kaiser hit in the backfield and dropped, and a nice job by that outside linebacker, Spencer McGuire, staying home to make the tackle.
Again, real good job of coaching. They got somebody accounted for on dive and somebody accounted for on the quarterback and playing in an even front. That's a well-coached defense right there. That is good gap integrity right there.
So it brings up third and long, 3rd and 13, and we'll see if Kaiser goes to the air here. He's thrown for better than 1,200 yards and 20 touchdowns on the season. Kaiser back to throw, looking to his left. Look for Sean Cottle, a bit wide of Cottle. That will bring up 4th down, and here in the first quarter, this Aquinas defense has been stout.
Yeah, Kaiser just needs to settle down just a little bit. Burbach came open nicely. Aquinas choosing to play that with one high, a little man-to-man with a little man free over the top. Burbach came open. Got to take the easy throw on that one. That's one he'd like to have back.
So Shane Hamilton in to punt it away. Back deep for Aquinas is Noah Pellin, Nate Kovar both. Angles it away from both of the deep men and out of bounds. Official still walking it up the near side, and it will be Aquinas Catholic ball in Trojan territory at the 40-yard line.
And neither special teams has been real special thus far. It's just been a whole lot of kicking game.
I want to remind you, good time to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag NET Sports during the NSAA High School Football Championships. And you could see your posts right here. We're posting them throughout the game during our broadcast. Let's go down to the field and Sean Callahan.
Guys, as Hartington's defense here takes the field for this possession, watch how they play the trap. The coaches from Hartington Cedar Catholic told the defense after that goal line stand, do not over pursue on that trap, do not get beat, play your discipline, play your keys. As Damon has mentioned, this David City Aquinas offense, if you just make one or two small little mistakes, it can end up being a pretty big play. And that was really the words of advice here from the Hartington Cedar Catholic staff here as they came off the field.
Yeah, that's a great little pickup right there by Sean Callahan. There's a big difference between playing dive and trap. And as you'll see as the game probably wears on, Aquinas Catholic not afraid on 3rd and long, 7, 8, 9 to go with fullback trap. That's how good they are at executing.
2nd down and 7. Cranda in motion. They'll give up the middle to Napier. And Napier pounds, check that, make it Kobza in there. The backup fullback, Kenton Kobza, with the gain of the 1st down.
Take a look at it. There it is. We talked about it. A little roll trap. Nice little down back by the guard. You think as a D tackle that you're coming, or that 3 technique, that you're coming clean. Then all of a sudden you find yourself pinned and the fullback is right out the back gate. It takes tremendous discipline to play against a wing T offense. You get a stop, you get a stop, you get a stop, and then all of a sudden it's boom, it's a big play. And it's an offense where if you stay on schedule and you make 2nd down manageable, you figure you've got 4 downs to make 10, you like your chances.
So after the 1st down carry by Kobza, he'll get it again. Kobza off that right side, leaning forward. Gain of 5 yards on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and 5. And he's a bit of a bigger back, Damon. 5'10", 200-pound junior is Kobza.
Yeah, you know, they come at you in waves. If it's not Cranda, it's Kobza. If it's not Cranda or Kobza, it's Pellin or Napier. Right? They've got options, but it all starts with handing the football off.
Napier in there now at the fullback. Cranda in motion, fakes the give, back to throw is Simrad looking downfield. He'll pull it down. Simrad enough for the 1st down to the 10-yard line, and that will make up 1st down and goal to go for Aquinas Catholic. 2nd drive in a row they've been this deep.
That's just a playmaker making a play. A little confusion between Pella and Kobza, but Simrad says, that's okay, I got this. Takes good care of the football, understands he's in the money zone, doesn't turn the football over, and lo and behold, you got 1st and goal.
From the 10-yard line. Give up the middle, plenty of room for Napier. Napier leans near the goal line, but down just shy of it. Gain of 9 yards on 1st and goal.
Hartington Cedar Catholic missed a line right there. Did not adjust to the strength of David City Aquinas and got quick snapped. He had a natural bubble over there, and Aquinas went right at it. That's effort right there. So that's football. 22 degrees, helmet coming off, ground game in the red zone.
2nd down and goal. Napier again with the give and the touchdown. Lane Napier on the board for Aquinas Catholic.
Yeah, those bigs up front are getting it done, and they're doing it by creating angles. It's not necessarily blowing guys off the ball. That may or may not come later. Right now they're doing it by formation and good old-fashioned blocking angles. Oh, little pen and pull. That's tough. Guard down, blocks. They kick out.
Extra point on the way, and it is good by Simrad. And Aquinas Catholic on the board first here in quarter number 1 with 1:49 to go.
Little exit block right there. Well done. Nice design by Aquinas Catholic. It looks, you know, sometimes I think to our viewers at home, it looks like just ground game. Oh, you know, they hand the ball off to the fullback. But as a guy that has to coach on the defensive side of the ball and you're looking at offensive line and their blocking schemes, there's different ways that you have to play it, even though the result appears to be the same. It's a lot of what Millard North likes to do. You know, people will give you the illusion, oh, you know, it's just option. Well, listen, they got about 7 ways that they can block it, and they've seen just about every defensive front.
Hey, just wondering if you're looking for a perfect gift or just wanting something new for yourself, NET can help with our new online NET holiday auction. You can visit auction.netnebraska.org for one-of-a-kind gift items like Husker and Creighton sports memorabilia. The online auction ends tomorrow. Help support NET and bid online at auction.netnebraska.org. 7-0 here in quarter number 1. Aquinas Catholic has taken advantage of some terrific field position on back-to-back possessions. The turnover gave them the ball at the 26. They drove down inside the 5, couldn't punch it in and missed a field goal, but then the result of that good field position was a bad punt. They took over at the 40, went 40 yards to lead it 7-0.
Yeah, in a game like this with teams that appear to be fairly equal in terms of talent. Special teams rearing its ugly head early. And if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, don't panic. You're okay here. Aquinas' offense is built to keep teams in the game. Now you just have to execute on offense.
Kick squibbed along the ground, bounces high in the air, finally pulled in by Ryan Becker. Becker down the near side, out to about the 25-yard line. Cedar Catholic offense will take the field from the 25. There is James Kaiser, the senior quarterback. We really talked with head coach Chad Caddo, and he talks about the senior leadership of this team. Kaiser and his other seniors have really led this team throughout the season down here to Memorial Stadium. We hear that so often, leadership, teamwork, togetherness. Almost sounds trite at times, Damon, but so important to the success of a season as you see Becker sneak through and get to the outside. Their best gain of the day.
Yeah, I tell you what they did too, and again, a good testament to adjusting on the fly, Coach Caddo. They didn't like blocking guys in the box, so what do? They spread them out. They're in a 2-by-2 set, great big splits. They come back and run. Little counter, pull the guard backside. Becker finds the crease, and it's a short edge when you're in spread. No tight end.
So the gain of 9 brings up 2nd down and 1. Wiebelhaus the up back, Becker. They give it to Wiebelhaus, and he is stacked up right at the line. In fact, that will be a loss of maybe 2 yards. We'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Great defensive effort inside by Kenton Kobza.
Yeah, right now as we take a look at the replay, the more guys that David City has in the box, the better that defense is. You get the sense that early on they are capable of controlling the line of scrimmage. If Hartington Cedar Catholic, you have to find creative ways to establish run creases, because right now you're not able to remove guys from the hole.
3rd down and 3. Got a terrific 1st down play. 9-yard gain, lost 2. Now trying to get the yard marker, and he does. Around the left side is Ryan Becker, and Becker with another terrific gain gets the outside. And Becker with a gain of 17 yards near Monarch territory.
Boy, Nebraska fans have seen this a time or two. Watch Cranda take the same run fit. He's unblocked. He's got to make that play. He comes inside, allows Becker to turn the corner on the outside. When you're unblocked and you're the edge setter, you got to fit in the run game and play with good leverage. It happens.
Might have an illegal substitution here.
Yeah, if you're Cranda, you have to make Trenton Smith right. You have to fit off of him in the run game. Trenton Smith playing with good flow. Cranda rolls the dice and plays underneath.
5 yards.
First down. HCC.
So you get a drive going, the last thing you want to have happen is a penalty to put you behind the down and distance.
You're panicking, Coach Cotto, but you understand the importance of wanting to stay on schedule. Now it's 1st and 15, and as a play caller, you're thinking in your head, okay, how can I get us in 2nd and 6, but stay within the confines of who we are as an offense?
1st down and 15. Back to throw is Kaiser, under pressure. Kaiser will be dropped for a loss, big loss. A sack of about 9 yards. First man there, Matt Kindler. Kindler comes in with 14 quarterback sacks on the season.
Yeah, two things are very apparent as we at the near of a first quarter. Hartington Cedar Catholic has got to go to the quick passing game with the way that Aquinas' front four are playing. And then the other thing is if they want to run the ball, they've got to do it spreading Aquinas Catholic out.
Kendler, White, and company all right there. Monarchs taking advantage of opportunities and lead it 7-0.
High school's almost over. Now what? I wish I knew what to do, or even what I can do. I know I want something more. Something I can be proud of. So, how do I get there?
Take the next step with Education Quest College Planning Services by visiting educationquest.org.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Coverage of the 2014 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, the Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Along with Damon Benning, I'm Larry Putney. Sean Callahan on the field. We are here for the Class C2 state championship game. Aquinas Catholic leading it after one, 7-0 over Cedar Catholic, and it's been a very methodical performance to this point by Aquinas Catholic.
It's what we call workmanlike. It's what they do. I mean, anybody that has followed this program under Coach Mimick knows that this looks a lot like it did in the 90s. It looks a lot like it does in 2014.
Second down and 24 after the penalty and the sack. Intercepted. Picked off. Simrad comes up with the interception. And Trev Simrad with the second turnover of the game for Aquinas.
A little choice route here, and Kaiser throws the ball inside. That's a wrong place to throw it with a trailing corner, and Simrad takes advantage of it. Dartnier finds himself with a pick six going the other way. It's a real good hustle by Stefan to run that one down and not hang his head over a ball that was poorly thrown. Kaiser, he's just take a deep breath, young man, and understand that those plays in the passing game to be made. You don't want to compound your mistakes.
Third consecutive possession, terrific field position for Aquinas on the reverse. Handoff inside, still spinning it on his feet. Look at the legs continue to churn inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line on the carry by Connor Cranda.
Yeah, he's what I'd call sneaky fast, real good in small spaces and slippery when wet, or maybe it's slippery when cold. Take a look at him find this crease.
On the field to Sean Callahan. Sean.
Guys, you talk about Aquinas not changing much in their program and how they do things. Well, one of the things that Ron Mimick has added, I'm told, is every Monday he takes his football team and they run sprints up and down a 100-yard sand pit. And running on sand, as anyone knows that's done it before, it helps your balance, it helps your leg strength. And that's one of the new training regiments he's added over the years, where every Monday as they start the week to get ready, he takes that team and they run them up and down on that sand pit. And obviously it plays a factor with how balanced and how well these guys can move on their feet.
Yeah, I bet that's fun. Looking good here early on. They'll bring up third down and one off to back-to-back carries by Noah Pellin. Pellin, the 5'8" junior halfback. In motion again goes Pellin, but they'll give it to the fullback Napier, and Napier dives forward down to the 6-yard line. That's enough for a first down. It'll bring up 1st and goal. The Monarchs looking to extend that 7-0 lead.
Playing against Aquinas Catholic is as much mental as it does physical. You have to have the emotional patience to hang in there and understand that it's almost like you get impatient as a defense where you want them to do something different. They just don't. They eventually hope that you'll wilt.
Once again, Napier leans forward, and Napier in for the touchdown. His 2nd of the game, and Aquinas Catholic now up by 2 touchdowns.
5-play, 29-yard drive predicated off the turnover, and you get the sense right now without the ability to control the line of scrimmage, Hartington Cedar Catholic is going to have to commit more players to the box.
Flag on the play might be on Cedar Catholic. I didn't see movement on the Aquinas Catholic side. Yep, encroachment against the Trojans. They will decline the penalty. Kick it again. Trev Simrad. Well, the first time Simrad is saying it was good the first time I kicked it through. The second one I struggled a bit. But nonetheless, they lead it 13-0 over Hartington Cedar Catholic.
If you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, you're just hoping that that leg doesn't get worn out with its attempts. Got to find a way to at least generate a first down or 2 on this drive and give your defense a rest.
It is a methodical, plotting, and very effective offense run by head coach Ron Mimick. We chatted with him before the game.
It's a balanced offense, but not in the terms of what people think balance is, pass run. Our fullback will get the ball about 15 times a game. Our left half will get it about 10 times a game. Our right half will get it about 10 to 15 times a game. And a quarterback will run it about 5 to 6 times. There's a diversity in who gets the ball where at. The series looks similar. We do throw the ball about 1,000 yards. It's a pretty effective play-action game with one nice receiver, Nate Kovar.
We have yet to see the passing game, but have yet to need the passing game as well. Nate Kovar, you heard him mention Kovar, 431 yards receiving on the year in this offense. Led by that man, Ron Mimick. Previous stops at St. Cecilia and Stewart before landing in David City and spending the rest of his career at Aquinas Catholic. 13 times he's been into the state semifinals as a head coach. This is his 4th consecutive year here in this state championship game. 2011 and 2012, they won it. Finished 2nd last year, and back here again this year. Kick rolls along the ground, scooped up by Steffen. Steffen will be piled up at about the 18-yard line. Once again on special teams, good coverage by Aquinas, led by Matt Kindler, the first one there.
You can hear the crispness of the pads cracking. And it's almost right now, and again, you can't panic if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, but you get the sense that the field is slanted and that you're the team that's working uphill. And that's because Aquinas Catholic is so sound in what they do. Their approach, it's like 3D. It's always coming at you.
Well, and Aquinas Catholic has had the short field the entire first half. Yep. 2 times they've taken possession inside the 30-yard line of the Trojans, and the other time it was right at the 40 of the Trojans. So short field certainly helps. Give up the middle. No, check that. It was kept. Fooled me. Kaiser with the carry.
Now you get the sense, again, you get the unbalanced look from Hartington Cedar Catholic. You wonder when they maybe might attempt to take a look at what happens going to the strength. Or there's something else working in their mind where they want to establish the ground game to the open side.
Game 2 by James Kaiser. Fake to Becker, drops back to throw. Has a man open and just misses him. Slips through the fingertips of Jared Wiebelhaus out of the backfield.
I tell you, Hartington Cedar Catholic needs a playmaker to make a play. I'd take a look at maybe trying to get the ball to Burbach a little bit out there outside the numbers. He's got a good advantage. He's a really good receiver. He's got some pretty good quicks, and he's got a one-on-one matchup at the bottom of the screen here, just outside the numbers.
And he's 6'3". That doesn't hurt, right? Little screen game.
Set up.
Out to Ty Becker. Becker with some room. Slips the tackle out to the 35, enough for a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, I know as a Hartington Cedar Catholic fan, if you are, you're not resting easy at the fact that you've had to resort to a little trickeration to move the ball, but you'll take what you can get in terms of helping the momentum pendulum swing your way. Well-designed play.
14 yards on the gain by Ty Becker. Is one more look. First down and 10 now at the 34 for the Trojans. Becker in the backfield, give to him, he's tripped up. Nice job by the interior defensive line. Trent Smith blasting through there and tripping up Becker.
Boy, White and Smith are gonna have to fight over who's had the bigger impact so far defensively for Aquinas Catholic, because that was a play that was a shoestring tackle away from being a creaser. Becker almost slipped out the back gate on that one.
No gain on the play, brings up second down and 10. Toss to Becker. Tries to get the corner, not there. Good job of setting the edge, and nice hustle by Brendan Compte down the line to get there, along with Mitch White. There's a look at Compte. Down to the field, let's go to Sean Callahan.
Guys, if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, you have to figure out something here on the early downs, because right now they are just out of their comfort zone. They're a team that really only wants to throw the ball 10 to 12 times per game, ideally, and a lot of those are typically shot plays. And these 3rd and 8s, 2nd and longs, it's really taking them out of what they want to do right now.
Back to throw again, going down the field, had a man, and dropped out there wide open. Terrific opportunity by Schieffer on the bullet pass from Kaiser. Looked like he had his man.
Yeah, he did. It was, again, a well-designed play. You got him on the backside. Kaiser delivers a good ball, a little wobbly, but you know what? Boy, that's a heck of a recovery right there by Spencer McGuire. I think he got a fingertip on it. Maybe changed the flight of an already wobbly pass.
Yep.
Well done, young man. Didn't quit on the play, even though he was beat.
Hamilton gets it away. Good kick by Hamilton. This will roll into Aquinas territory. They'll take over at the 21. Some of the worst field position of the day for Aquinas Catholic. Well, time now for our NSAA championship trivia. Be the first person to email the correct answer to sports@netnebraska.org, and you'll pick up this nice-looking NET Sports Championship t-shirt, size extra large. So here's the trivia question. What school won 48 consecutive games from 96 to 99? This is not a difficult one, so the first person to email us correctly at sports@netnebraska.org will win that NET Sports Championship t-shirt. And remember, just one winner per household during the 2014 championships. What school won 48 straight? 96 to 99. Good 44-yard punt by Shane Hamilton. Back in there offensively. Simrod in this Aquinas offense. Give up the middle. Still on his feet is Napier. Napier breaks the tackle in a 19-yard gain out to the 40 by Lane Napier.
Unfortunately, it's some ominous foreshadowing. Take a look at this little short set fullback trap. And Napier, he runs it like a tailback. He's good at getting backside. He gets skinny through the creases. It's a difficult offense to handle.
Give to Pellin. Pellin with the gain of a couple.
being a little tongue-in-cheek when I talked about Novocaine, but that's exactly
it is a bit, isn't it?
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up, if you're a fan, you become numb to it because your patience is at the utmost. If you're a defense, it's like the inevitable is coming. You know it's going to take effect.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Give again up the middle. Lane Napier with another carry.
Boy, that's that leaky yardage too. You make contact at the line of scrimmage and you get up and they set the ball and it's a 3-yard gain. That's third and manageable, especially for this offense. Every running play in your repertoire is available.
Napier leads the backfield in carries on the year with 112, and you heard Ron Mimick say earlier about 25 carries for the fullback a game, 10 or 15 for each halfback. There's that reverse again inside out near midfield. Might be about a half-yard short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1 for the Monarchs.
Some of our big city folks are taking a look at that play and they're like, gosh, that has some semblance of like old school crossbuck. It really does. I mean, you're looking for halfbacks and a little split action out of that one.
So 4th down and 1.
Huge potential swinging momentum right here.
Already up by 2 touchdowns, Aquinas Catholic. Started this drive at their own 20. 4th down and 1 from midfield. Give to Napier, got the first down, stiff arm and rolls into Trojan territory down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that is operation demoralizing right there. You pinch, you got the guards covered up, and all Napier does is bounce it. They pin the contain, they get to the edge, and he's very good at finding creases. Good natural running instincts right there for that young man.
They're not going to light up a highlight reel, but they are effective, huh?
How about how they get to the creases?
Wow. Steady again, Pellin. Check that. That's Cranda with the carry. Check that again. McGuire in there now. Spencer McGuire, number 9, the 5'8", 153-pound halfback.
For Coach Cotto right now, you don't want to go wholesale substitutions, but you're trying to think about, okay, we've got a game to come back. We're only 2 scores down. I got to keep my guys fresh. It's been relentless.
Pellin in motion to give to Napier again. And look at Napier. Just grind forward.
If our guys can cue that back up in the truck, I want you to, for our listeners at home on why this is so effective, look what happens with guard, center, guard. You get the good double, and that's a nose. And number 51 that is driven back to the turf. And then, you know, not to highlight what's going on with Schomer, but that's how Aquinas is able to do what they do. They are controlling the front 4 of Hartington Cedar Catholic.
Napier again. On 3rd and short, picks up the first down. Let's go down to the field, Sean Callahan.
You guys talk about just how balanced they are. It's really amazing when you think about it that they don't even have close to a 1,000-yard rusher. I would almost equate it to a basketball team that has about 4 or 5 guys that all average 8 to 10 points. There isn't a leading scorer. I think that's what makes them so hard to defend, because every one of these 3 or 4 guys that are getting the ball have the ability to break the play, but you don't know which one is going to get the ball. And that's where, as Damon Benning says, as a defensive coordinator, you're pulling your hair out right now.
You are. It is difficult because you have to pick your poison. You know you need to control the line of scrimmage, but all right, let's say you want to pinch defensive tackles and take away dive and trap, then all of a sudden they leak to the edges. You need a better run fit there. It takes some discipline.
2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4. They give inside. A gain of just 1. There to shut that down is Kendrick Gaden, 6'3", 260-pound nose.
A little insertion of size right there with Gaden. playing.
Young man, just a junior, 6'3", 260, good size.
Played with a good flat back, too. Didn't allow himself to be moved. Late with the strength call here, too. Get lined up.
Give to Napier, slips through the first tackle, leans forward inside the 20, and that will be enough for another first down on 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, don't underappreciate how quick Aquinas Catholic snaps the football. You know, Hartington Cedar Catholic is waiting for a strength call. By the time Aquinas Catholic comes to the line of scrimmage, they're snapping that within about 3 seconds of getting set.
Folks in David City won't mind you saying David City. They like to hear it.
I'm not interested in having anybody upset with me between Pub and Catholic.
No emails. Huh?
I'm an innocent bystander. Hey, I coach with a couple of guys from David City.
That's right. Who were coached by Ron Mimick, correct?
Yes, Coach Andy Uronic and Jared Meisenberg, both Aquinas Catholic alums.
Gain of 6 there on first down. Plenty of room. Pellin down inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. This drive, Damon, started back at the 20, longest drive of the day for Aquinas Catholic, and there really have been no big yardage plays.
Yeah, and they were a little bit misaligned. This is kind of like old school hurry up where you're huddling, but by the time you break the huddle and you snap the ball, there's still 14 seconds left on the play clock, and as a defense, you got to get lined up.
Give to Napier. Supporting from that secondary, making the play, is Luke Burbach. Burbach with the hit and drops him. Coming up at halftime, just a quick reminder, about 1:20 away from half, we will have a visitor from the Nebraska School Activities Association chatting with us about the softball championships. We'll also hear about that devastating tornado that ripped through the communities of Wisner and Pilger and how they banded together to bring that community back, and then also highlights from the first half of this C2 state championship game. So 2nd down and goal to go for the Monarchs. The keep by Simrad. Simrad around the left side and in for the touchdown. We haven't seen that yet today, and very timely down near the goal line. Simrad takes it in.
Yeah, that's just that philosophy we're talking about. We're getting hammered between the tackles if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, and then all of a sudden, they get out on the edge with a very adept runner. All the eyes in the backfield. Trev says, hey, I can handle the football as well. Very good ball handling with the play fake.
Well, Simrad in there for the extra point try. They lead it 19-0, a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point is on the way, and that is good. So Simrad with the touchdown and the extra point. One more look, and it's 20-0. 52 seconds to go here in the first half. We told you if you post on our Facebook page that you might see your comments here during our broadcast today. Here they are. Mimick was at Cedar Catholic before his current Aquinas stint. Fans watching from all over the country, including frigid Sioux Falls. By the way, David, good opportunity to say to you, congratulations last night on a terrific, as you try to hold back the smile, on a state championship for Omaha North, 2nd in a row.
Yeah, I enjoy working with you, and I love the folks at NET, but I liked being on the sidelines a lot more last night.
Calvin Strong, what a terrific night he had, and this punt return, a couple of devastating blocks down the far sideline, and from this point on, you really got the feeling that it was just the route was on.
Yeah, real good senior leadership, and we've got a lot of tough guys. Cole Bixler, Jason Martin.
But Jimison, like youngster that looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to be outstanding.
Yeah. And there is Larry Martin.
Those guys are outstanding.
There's DB.
A great group of guys and real easy to coach. makes us look awful smart.
Well, congratulations. Back-to-back state champions. And as many of you know, Damon, linebackers coach for Omaha North, and on that staff that was so impressive last night in winning the state title. So congrats. You must know what it feels like for these guys to be out here in this environment.
Yeah, we've been on both ends of it.
Yeah, well, that's true. 2 years ago.
We lost the close one.
Disappointing one to Westside, right?
And found a way to get over the hump the last 2 years. So testament to our head coach and Coach Martin and the kids' ability to want to do work and not be satisfied.
Yeah, this is a different Damon Benning than I remember 2 years ago when you came in the day after and didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah,
that?
You know, it was...
that is heartbreaking, huh?
Yeah, the agony of defeat to the joys of victory.
Yeah. So Cedar Catholic trying to get something going here late in half number one. They'll go to the air. Got a man out there. Tipped away at the last minute. Good recovery defensively by Aquinas Catholic. That's Simrad out there knocking it away, but had his man momentarily.
I tell you, it's an interesting half because for as physically dominant as Aquinas Catholic has been, Hartington Cedar Catholic is a couple of made plays away from changing the impact of this game. Interesting dynamics with the ebb and flow.
That was Andy Schieffer again with the opportunity. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw again. He'll pull this one down. It still looks downfield. Throws it up across his body and picked off. 2nd interception, 3rd turnover of the first half for the Trojans. And that interception, credit Nate Kovar, who comes down with it.
Take a look at the replay and the proverbial, you make a throw laid across your body over the middle and typically bad things happen. A little too much hang time. That's where you squeeze a little bit. You're pressing, trying to make a play. Your time's running down.
So 28 seconds to go. A timeout called by Aquinas Catholic. Maybe one last opportunity to get some points on the board. Have an effective field goal kicker in Simrad. So at half, Cedar Catholic will have to, in 28 seconds, go in and regroup, and head coach Chad Cotto will try to find a way to get this Trojan team back on track. Well, sports fans, NET is for you. We bring you more Nebraska high school sports than any other Nebraska network. So for more information on dates, times, DVD sales, even available webcasts, what's coming up on NET, all you have to do is log on to our website at netnebraska.org/sports.
You know, it's interesting here if you're Coach Mimic. You get out of character momentarily here and go to the air with 28 seconds left, or do you think you've got something in that running game arsenal that can spring you big here on 1st down? You only have one timeout left. See how aggressive he wants to be.
28 seconds to go. Simrad, the quarterback. Well, give it right up the middle to the big guy who pounds his way into Trojan territory. Good gain by Kitten Kobza, who's in there at the fullback spot. And they will not take a timeout. They'll let it roll.
And from the time the ball is spotted, there's a 25-second play clock.
And this likely the last play of this first half. 3-2. They got it off. Give to Pelham there. Pelham stacked up, and that will do it. It has been a first half of play dominated by Aquinas Catholic. The Monarchs leading it at the half, 20-0. Terrific running by Lane Napier, Noah Pellin, Connor Cranda, and the touchdown by Trev Simrad have led the way for Aquinas Catholic. And now with the head coach of the Cedar Catholic Trojans, let's go down to the field to Sean.
Coach Mimic, you guys are up 20-0. What do you like about just the way your team has come out here in a championship game and started out?
We're playing really well on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Our offensive, defensive lines, we're able to move the ball with consistency, and we're able to shut their basic running game down fairly decent.
Now, there's a lot of familiarity with Hartington Cedar Catholic because you guys obviously played earlier this year. How much has changed? I mean, how much of a handle did you guys have on what to expect, just knowing that you've already played these guys?
Defensively, we understood how they would play defensively a little bit better than that first game, and their defensive front and stuff.
Coach, well, best of luck with your team here as you get ready for the second half.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks to Ron Mimic for spending just a couple of moments with us here at halftime. His team leads it 20-0. at the half of the C2 state championship game.
Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
The Nebraska School Activities Association, providing opportunities in over 25 activities in 304 high schools across the state of Nebraska. We are the other half of education.
A duck and a turkey were having misgivings about what was coming this coming Thanksgiving. A chicken's involved, said the duck, and I've learned it's rather unpleasant for all parties concerned. A deer happened by with a clever solution, whereby the whole lot could avoid execution. We'll go on TV, said the deer, and be cute. You'll skip being stuffed and be famous to boot. So this Thanksgiving Eve, you'll find them all here on Nature, the turkey, the duck, and the deer.
Wednesday night at 8 Central Time on NET1.
Coverage of the 2014 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, the Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Welcome back at halftime of the Class C2 State Championship. Hartington Cedar Catholic, Aquinas Catholic. It is 20-0 Monarchs leading it. We are joined by NSAA Assistant Director Sarah Sassy-Kildow. Thanks for joining us. Sarah, responsible for the NSAA Softball Championships, which occur each and every year, and for the last several years have taken place out at Hastings. Talk about just this year, how did things go?
It was amazing. I ordered last fall, I ordered 3 days of great weather, and it came through. And really, really wonderful weather, a great experience, and obviously led by the excellent level of softball that we were able to see.
You need to give us whomever you're calling on the football weather order. You got to give us that name because obviously that would help.
I pulled all my strings. I don't have any left, but the softball championships were excellent. In Class A. Just again, dominating force. Millard South won their fourth state championship this year. It was amazing to watch, and again, just really dominated throughout the whole season. Class B, Elkhorn and Elkhorn South in the finals, ended up having to go to the if necessary game. And again, a lot of excitement there for the Elkhorn people that came out to Hastings. Class C, a little bit of a different story. We had a lot of back and forth, a lot of upsets throughout the brackets, and Guardian Angel Central Catholic ended up going away with the trophy. So a lot of excitement, and I'm kind of obsessed with the home run number. Last year there were so many, we started keeping track. It was 81 last year. I think we got to 84 unofficially this year. So really, really powerful. The girls out there, I mean, they're stronger and faster and better, and a lot of fun to watch. So.
This is an event, too, that is at such a terrific venue, and I know has such great community support out in Hastings.
It really does, and again, looking forward to the future of our championships for softball. Hastings was granted a five-year hosting agreement for the next 5 years, so really speaks to not only the facility and the experience that the girls and the coaches and schools have going there, but also the Hastings community and how much they embrace that championship. We're really lucky to be able to have them and the Bill Smith softball complex.
And really, softball in the state of Nebraska, it's one of our newer sports. I know it's been a while, been in place for a while, but one of the newer sports in the state and continues to gain momentum.
It is. I mean, you have your girls basketball and girls volleyball, but girls athletics in general have just really grown. And again, the fan base is growing, the excitement, and again, the level of competition.
So your second year now helping run the championships, what are you learning, how things are going in year number 2?
Well, I still feel like I'm on a steep learning curve. With 25 activities and 18 state championships, the most interesting and fun parts are just being able to be part of the championships and coming in and seeing the student athletes in the schools and their excitement level and their determination. And this is true across all of our activities. They walk into, whether it's Johnny Carson Theater or Memorial Stadium, they're just excited to be there, and you know how much hard work they're putting in to get there. So a lot of fun.
Many people know you are a former outstanding high school golfer, so you took advantage of these NSAA championships in the past. What's different being on this side of it that you didn't really realize back when you were very appreciative of what was going on in the championships?
You are absolutely right. I don't think I was appreciative of what was going on behind the scenes. In fact, looking back, playing golf was the easy part. Just showing up and warming up and going out there. Now and putting in the endless hours that it takes to help run these events, it's amazing how many volunteers, how many workers, and again how much work the communities have to put forth to pull these off. So we're lucky. We're fortunate to have all the good people around us.
I know you also help with the marketing and partnerships. What's new on that front?
Sure. We've had a lot of great partnerships. Again, really fortunate at the NSAA to have partners like U.S. Bank, U.S. Cellular, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association. We have a couple of new ones. Pump and Pantry from out in Grand Island is helping us with the School Spirit program. So kind of some new programs that can really show school spirit, hashtagging school spirit, and students are tweeting, some of the excitement at their local schools. So that we even have Highland Dairy coming in, bringing our student athletes chocolate milk over at the end of the game. So again, really, really lucky to have good partners, and again, always looking to involve anybody that wants to be excited around high school activities.
Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Sarah Sassy-Kildow, NSAA Assistant Director at halftime of the Class C2 State Championship. We'll have more highlights coming your way right here on NET.
No matter how you look at it, animal agriculture helps Nebraska's economy. The livestock industry provides increased tax revenues for schools and community services. Livestock enterprises also create jobs while contributing to existing businesses such as local banks and grocery stores. A thriving livestock industry helps maintain our current way of life, but also provides opportunities for the next generation of farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff helps to raise awareness of the importance of animal agriculture to Nebraska.
At the Aurora Cooperative, we're continually driven by what's next in agriculture. So we're dedicated to being your first resource for world-class agronomy, grain storage and marketing, high-performance feeds, and energy. Driven by our vision to be financially strong, innovative, independent, locally owned. You're driven by the opportunities that exist. We're driven to help you make the most of them, now and for the next generation. The Aurora Cooperative, growing opportunities.
Participating in Nebraska high school activities has taught me about teamwork.
I've learned how to lead among my peers.
At my high school, I have set goals and I work hard to accomplish them.
I like to run on my cross country team. It makes me feel good about myself.
The Nebraska School Activities Association, providing opportunities in over 25 activities in 304 high schools across the state of Nebraska. We are the other half of education.
Back in the capital city, Memorial Stadium, halftime at the Class C2 State Championship. Cedar Catholic trailing Aquinas Catholic 20-0 in the C2 title game. I want to remind you, you can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Please add a comment on our Facebook page. We might show those during the broadcast here, and make sure to like NET Sports as well as Big Red Wrap-Up and join in on the conversation. Well, it doesn't seem like it was 6 months ago, but really it was just this past summer that an EF4 tornado tore through the village of Pilger, leaving a path of destruction throughout the community. And with heavy hearts, the student athletes of Wisner-Pilger High School put their lives on hold to help mend a community in need.
I hope they're taking shelter, please. They're taking shelter.
got there, it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Like the entire town down the middle was just gone, and I couldn't believe it.
I saw people running all over the place, and I just looked around like, this can't be happening.
So I just imagine this is just a dream. Then when you walk out the door and see everything gone, it's like, wow, that it just happened.
Cooper von Segeren's family farm took a direct hit by the June 16th tornado. Nobody knew this day would turn the community of Pilger upside down, but Cooper's teammates and friends knew they would be needed now more than ever.
I don't think any of us were prepared to see what we had seen on that day.
We went out to Cooper von Segeren's house, his house was completely gone.
We helped clean up because their whole house kind of caved in and there were trees laying everywhere. It was just devastating.
That was the first thing we wanted to do, was go out and help him make sure that he was okay. I just tried to comfort him while he was standing there. He was so much stronger than I feel like I could have been. In Pilger, many were seeing the loss and feeling the pain of neighbors, relatives, and friends devastated in the midst of the storm.
Just seeing the teammates there and the family community there right away as soon as it happened. I can tell you right now, our family wouldn't be the place it would be right now if it wasn't for the community. But just having them there made us feel that much better.
Wisner Pilger athletes could see this was the beginning of a long road ahead, but they responded to the call and brought a positive light to a town filled with Mother Nature's darkness.
Immediately there, following, the students were arriving and wondering what they could do to help.
Being a captain on the football team, it was kind of my responsibility to get everyone together to get over there.
There was no stopping our kids from getting involved with helping on that.
We're a close-knit community in Wisner and Pilger, and when we saw that we came together as a family, it was a good thing.
Pilger never faltered, and that has shown through the toughness of the Wisner Pilger student athletes.
When they're smooth sailing, that kind of shows their personality. But when you have adversity, when you have challenges, that's when our character is defined, and our students' character was defined in those moments following that tragedy. They've taught us resiliency. They've taught us that it's okay to move forward.
I mean, that's a setback in life, and you just got to keep going with your head up, and it's gonna get better.
Responding to the call to clean up a community has bonded Wisner Pilger athletes beyond their sports, proving that a team is more than just wins and losses.
These moments like this, these tragedies like this, that truly define us, and I think it defined our students, and our students are, well, they're just great kids.
The Gators of Wisner Pilger are in Class C2. Certainly know the two teams here well, and all our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks of Wisner Pilger who still continue to recover from those devastating tornadoes just this past summer. At halftime at the Class C2 state championship game, Cedar Catholic and Aquinas Catholic will be back with highlights in just a moment.
If you stay long enough, if you put yourself in the right place, your head, heart, and soul align, everything slows down. And even though you're on vacation, for the first time and you can't remember when, you feel at home. Wouldn't that be nice?
Constellation believes in developing the next generation of Nebraska leaders, and we show that support by contributing to 4-H and FFA in the 60 Nebraska counties we serve. Nearly $50,000 over the past 2 years alone. Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Coverage of the 2014 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, the Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Halftime of the C2 title game, and now with the head coach of Hartington Cedar Catholic, let's go down to the field to Sean.
Guys, with Coach Chad Cato here. Coach, down 20-0 at halftime. You know what you're seeing from these guys. You played them before. What do you tell your team here in the situation?
Well, we really feel like we haven't done things that we've done all year to get us to this point. You know, fundamentally, we haven't been good. You know, we're turning the ball over, just things that we haven't done for the most part this year. You know, so if we can correct those things, you know, maybe we can get ourselves back into this. But, you know, Aquinas is playing very well up to this point, so we're going to have to play extremely well the second half.
For your early downs on offense, how important is it that you guys get some more efficiency?
Well, that's a big thing. You know, we said that was big for us defensively and offensively, you know, to allow us to do what we do. And you know, we're just not having a lot of success, you know, early in the possessions and you know, we're not getting first down. So we've got to shore things up on offense.
Coach, best of luck here in the second half.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Sean, and thanks to Coach Cato for spending just a couple of moments with us as we get ready for second half action. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Not many for the Trojans, but made a few defensive plays early. In fact, there was a big stand where they allowed no points to Aquinas on one drive, and then this big play.
Well-designed throwback middle screen, trying to quail the momentum a little bit. Just no long-term sustainability for Hartington Cedar Catholic.
And Aquinas just really dominant offensively and defensively both.
Yeah, establishing control of the line of scrimmage. And, you know, when you have, you know, 35 carries divided up between 6 guys, primarily led by that guy, and Mr. Napier, it is a lot to handle from a physicality standpoint.
Napier with a couple of touchdowns, and then Simrad with the third. Takes it in here to make it a 20-0 halftime lead. And here, look at the statistics from half number one, heavily weighted on that right side column.
Yeah, take a look at the turnovers and yards per play. Yeah. I think those are the two things that really stick out the most. You got to take better care of the football, and you got to start to, shrink that number on yards per play if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic and you want to get back in this one.
So ready to go here in half number two. It was, remember, Aquinas Catholic winning the toss to start the game. They deferred, so will receive here in the second half. Actually, they chose to receive. They could have chosen to kick, but I think the better decision here was to receive.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that. So Kaiser now back to kick deep. Deep to receive for Aquinas, Kovar, and Pellin. It will be taken at the 16-yard line by Pellin, who puts the shoulder pads down and gets it out near the 35-yard line. Monarchs offense will take over.
I would imagine this first drive will tell you a lot about how the second half is going to go. Yep. Was Hartington Cedar Catholic able to get their sea legs underneath them and maybe figure out some things of how to neutralize this run game, or will Aquinas Catholic continue to dominate the line of scrimmage and go status quo?
Give to Napier, nothing there up the middle is the stop made by Bo Becker. Becker from that defensive tackle spot.
See, that's a moral victory if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic. You won on first down. It is 2nd and 8. That's a win.
There's a 6'5" junior, Bo Becker, made the play. 2nd down and 8. A toss on the sweep going to Pellin, looks to get outside, and Pellin, nothing there. Back-to-back stops by the Trojans. The play there by Jared Wiebelhaus from that middle linebacker.
A huge 3rd down play right here for Hartington Cedar Catholic. If you want to try to establish some momentum and build off what you talked about at halftime. Still have to watch the trap game and fullback dive here. Don't get too loosey-goosey inside if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic.
3rd down and 8. Pellin in motion. The give up the middle. Napier, the gain of 4 or 5, but held up by that interior defensive line by the Trojans, and that will force a 4th down, and the punt team trots on for the Monarchs. Good start to the second half for the Trojans.
That is it. Again, it's what you want to see if you're Coach Cotto and company. That, listen, my words have sunk in a little bit. We got a dry erase board and a marker. Let's get on it and do some more. Kids responded. 3 and out.
Wiebelhaus and Steffen back deep for the Trojans. Simrad punts it away. They clear out. And it will be down at about the 32-yard line, and the Trojans will have their first offensive possession of this second half of play, starting at their own 32-yard line. Good crowds on hand here throughout these state high school championships, and no surprise here. These two communities which support their athletics so well. Watching in economics, are you supposed to do that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
You're sitting in an economics class and watching it, probably on our phone, right?
I like that a lot. That's kind of the cool thing about Nebraska, at least if you're, for guys that are from here, just good people, tight-knit communities, and they love their football.
Absolutely.
What is there not to like about that?
That's right. So back out there under center, James Kaiser, the quarterback, Ryan Becker in the backfield. Well, option to the right. Nothing doing there. Trevin Stager flowed really well down the line, took away the cutback.
Yeah, between Stager and White, boy, you got to hope. Yeah, I was just going to say that. I didn't want to speculate, but on the fly, it looked like he took a really good shot.
And that is quarterback James Kaiser.
Look to get him right underneath the rib cage. I don't want to speculate from up here, but take a look at the replay. I think it was the cleaning up by White that got. There's the first one. I think this one is the one that's going to do the damage. Right there, you get a knee in the small of the back.
So let's take a look at Kaiser here, the 6-foot senior, and while they check him out, we will take a break. Third quarter action from Memorial Stadium.
Hi, I'm Ron Hull. Education is our middle name at NET. And if you're trying to educate yourself about charitable gift and estate planning, we have a wealth of resources available to you. Visit netnebraska.org/gift planning. Explore the Gift Illustrator. You can learn all about different types of charitable gifts, calculate payments, and get estimates of the impact your gift will have over time. Download the free estate planning kit, which helps you organize your personal information, clarifies the estate planning process. When you're ready, be sure to discuss your plans with your trusted advisors. Find out what kind of impact you can make at netnebraska.org/gift planning.
Kaiser on his feet and walking off on his own, but he looks to be walking very gingerly, and you see him holding those ribs as well. DB, you thought it was maybe...
It was a knee somewhere in the side there.
Yeah.
White cleaned it up pretty good.
So under center, the backup quarterback, Tanner Kaiser, 5'9" sophomore. Kaiser on the give. That's Alex Fisher powering forward.
Sometimes this is one of those deals where psychologically guys rally for a puck. And you can see as he enters the game, guys are slapping him on his helmet. Come on, Tanner.
So there is Tanner Kaiser, spelled differently than James Kaiser, the quarterback that he backs up.
Drops back to throw. Kaiser looks downfield. Little dump over the middle. Little too tall, but a flag on the play.
Now they might get Simrad. That's not going to be. Excuse me. I know there's a little bit of complaining right there by Lizzie there, or not. Excuse me, not Lizzie, but number 60, Trenton Smith. They're going to call. I think they're going to get Simrad on the hold on the backside.
Ah, there you go.
Trenton maybe got there a little early.
Yep.
He feels pretty good about that one. He thinks it's a bang-bang play. There was a grab on the backside, too, by
Pass interference. Defense. Result of the play, first down.
Let's go down to Sean on the field quickly.
Guys, James Kaiser right now getting his ribs checked out by the medical staff down here. Still unclear if he'll come back in or not, but he's still on the bench getting his ribs checked out as we speak.
Tanner Kaiser in there at quarterback. Toss sweep to the right. Becker looking to get the corner. Broke 2 tackles, now a third. Inside the 45, and more life than we've seen out of the Trojans yet today.
And sometimes you'll see that. Watch Wiebelhaus kind of seal the edge here a little bit, allow Becker to turn the corner, and then a lot of that is just Ryan Becker refusing to go down. Started with the good lead block by Wiebelhaus.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. Give to Becker again. Becker stacked up in the backfield, leading the way there. Trent Smith once again.
I tell you, how about these pair of insides for Aquinas Catholic? Between 51 and 60.
Yep.
Those guys are combining for about I know that number equals 101, but about 100% of what Aquinas has been able to do defensively.
They've combined for better than 200 tackles on the season.
Mitchell White and Trenton Smith.
Up top, picked off. Simrad with his 2nd interception of the day, and this is going to go for 6. Touchdown, Aquinas. 66-yard INT for a touchdown.
Yeah, he almost had one earlier. He had the 6 or 7 yard return on that one. He steps in front of a ball that was delivered late. Watch Simrad break on the ball, thrown back to the, just he read the route, jumped it, and it is Katie bar the door as he takes the caravan. And how fitting is that Napier's out there in front? That's kind of how it goes for those two.
Absolutely. So Simrad will now kick the extra point after his 66-yard interception return for the touchdown. Still had the legs to get it through. He didn't. That's going to wear your legs out a bit, huh?
Yeah, I tell you, he might be tired.
Yeah.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
That's right. Let's go back down to the field with the injury report and Sean.
Guys, more bad news here for Hartington Cedar Catholic. James Kaiser has just left the field. He's going into the locker room right now. He was wearing a rib protector, so I believe this is something that he's had some issues with, but not a good sign that he's headed back there to the locker room.
When you take one of those shots to the side or towards the back, everything hurts in there, as you know that the rib cage kind of wraps around. Mitchell White and Trenton Smith really starting to establish themselves as the duo playing behind a very talented front four. These guys are free to be runner hitters when the front four is doing work like Aquinas Catholic is.
So the big pick 6 by Simrad, and he goes back out now to kick it away. Simrad has kicking, field goal duties, quarterback duties, and add pick 6 duties to his responsibilities today. .7:27 left here in quarter number 3, and it's Monarchs 26-0 over the Trojans. We've had 3 state championship games, Damon. All been blowouts, and to this point, unless Cedar Catholic can show some life, this is heading in that direction.
It is. They're gonna have to rally the troops here with this one.
Picking up, taken by Stefan. Still on his feet, out past the 30. He fumbled. And were they on it? They are. The fumble and the recovery by That's Aquinas Catholic.
And McGuire has been sneaky good today, too. He's got a few touches on offense, especially in the second quarter, and he's played some great defense. They seem to come at you in waves.
And it's just going from bad to worse for the Trojans.
Cedar Catholic trying to set up the sideline return. McGuire gets off the block, and look at him just, see, that's what I call a takeaway. Yeah. That's not a turnover. He went and got it. That's something that he obviously practices. Rips it out of there.
Dug at that one, yes he did. So back out there, that Aquinas offense led by Simrad, Napier at the fullback. This give to Cranda, Connor Cranda with the carry. Gave him about 4 on first down.
Well, I tell you, that is 5 turnovers for Hartington Cedar Catholic. That is a recipe for disaster.
Yep. Especially
when you haven't gotten any.
3 interceptions and now 2 fumbles for the Trojans. And you heard Coach Cotto say at the half, talking to Sean Callahan, we're just doing some things we don't typically do, which is turning it over, and a good carry there by Noah Pellin, as Aquinas really starting to lean on the Trojans now.
Either Aquinas Catholic epitomizes balance, or we don't know how to highlight guys in the open, because we're just now starting to talk about Pellin, and they're up 26-0 in terms of this ground game. They can get you a couple of different ways, can't they?
Up the middle again, Napier, and in there for his 3rd touchdown of the game, Lane Napier. That puts him over 100 yards for the game.
Well, you talk about a system and identity. Oh, that trap has just been deadly. Backside guard comes around, easy pen, the nice crease, and you know Napier's going north and south.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
19-yard touchdown run for Lane Napier. 16 carries, 110 yards for Napier. Averaging nearly 7 yards per carry. That extra point is up and good by Simrad, and they extend that lead now to 33-0. And there are Napier's numbers. Oh, we talked about some of these state championship games getting tilted one way early on. Let's take a look at some of the scores that we had from yesterday. We crowned 3 state champions yesterday. Started in the morning in Class D2 when Exeter Milligan, that was really actually a very close game. Exeter Milligan poured it on late to take the win 40-26, but the next 2 really were never contests as Hemingford pounded BDS 52-8. We had a running clock in that game. And then last night in Class A, we had another running clock as Omaha North knocked off Creighton Prep 41-0. And of course, Damon Binning, a member of that coaching staff for the Vikings, which have now won back-to-back state championships, the first Class A team to do so in 16 years.
And on the verge of getting another running clock in this one. Right. And the key thing here, if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic, is number one, you want to try to, you got to go in small increments here. You got to find a way to get a first down, to give that defense a rest, and then build. It's 10 yards at a time if you're Hartington Cedar Catholic. You got a young quarterback. Uphill battle right now.
Simrad to kick it away. Stefan and Becker are deep. Good kick. It'll be Stefan taking it at the 7-yard line. Stefan stuck at about the 23. Nowhere to go there. And a fired up Aquinas Catholic squad.
I tell you what, any team must do it well. Those parabolic mics are...
Yeah. You hear it all.
What are we out there on the field? I'm pretty sure we're high up here, right? My vertigo hasn't kicked in yet, so those parabolic mics must be outstanding.
So back out there, quarterback is the sophomore Tanner Kaiser, replacing the injured James Kaiser. And you heard Sean Callahan on the field report that James Kaiser has gone to the locker room to check his ribs. Took a hard blow to the midsection.
Good old-fashioned Maryland eye right here.
And Becker. Good carry by Becker, gain of 5 on first down.
We had unbalanced and a Maryland eye. Not bad, you think? Student body left.
That's right.
First time we've seen them go 2 strength out of the unbalanced look.
Now Becker at the top of the eye. Give to the fullback Weeblehouse. And Jared Weeblehouse near a first down. Might be a half-yard short. That'll bring up 3rd down. And we'll call it 1.
A little punch, counter punch here. We see open side dive, or excuse me, dive to the, what we would call the weak side or the open side, away from the unbalanced. I thought that was going to be the game plan early, you know, to maybe try to utilize that formation, but as the score continues to increase, it limits your ability to run the football. And my water is wet moment.
Turns it up, good room to run. Becker still on his feet. Good carry by Becker, a 12-yard gain out to the 46-yard line. Plenty of room to run there for Ryan Becker.
Student body right, there's Weeblehouse again looking for the turn. That's the first time all day he hasn't had anybody to block. I mean, you're running the daylight right there. Melvin Gordon-esque. I'm sorry.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Sorry, too soon.
Yeah.
I apologize.
On the option, pitch out to Becker, trying to get the corner. Good block on the edge to allow Becker to get into Aquinas territory.
Well, I tell you, Weeblehouse is doing work. Not only does he have to do it on the defensive side of the ball, but now he's turning around and laying wood the other way. And this is the type of game where if you're a fullback and a team is running it down your throat, look at that good kick out block, where you get a chance to take out some of your aggressive on the opponent as a lead blocker.
Give again to Becker. Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd down and 3 now. As the Trojans into Aquinas Catholic territory, I believe for the first time today.
On a drive. I think a drive has maybe originated on that half the 50, but this one is out of an official play drive. Nice cut back there.
Still on his feet. Weeblehouse with the carry and a first down inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, good player right there. I mean, I'll take his physicality. That's the easy part, but I like his ability to stay with it. Nice cut back, good vision, get back vertical, young man. It's been easy to lay down. You know, you've had a tough time playing defense against a team that's running it down your throat, and he's continuing to respond. He understands it's a 4th quarter game, and he's competitive.
First down and 10, ball now at the 34. Becker again will try to get the corner. Becker with a hard run, short gain of 2. There on the stop is Nate Kovar from that free safety spot.
See, I like what Coach Cotto is doing right here. For me, as a guy that coaches, what this says is, okay, I got a young quarterback. My team has taken some shots. Let's put together a physical drive and see if my team can respond. No window dressing here. They're getting up and getting in good old run formation and getting right in your living room.
Weeblehouse and Becker in the backfield. Back to throw is Tanner Kaiser, tipped around and intercepted. We'll have to check the flag. Might be interference, but that ball was still in the air when it was picked out of the air.
He caught that.
Absolutely. See if it's a tip off the helmet.
Mitchell White.
Off the helmet.
That's a catch. Weird that Mitchell White made a play. I mean,
go figure.
That just seems to be what number 51 does. That ball was picked clean out of the air off the deflection, and you can't have pass interference on a tip pass either, so
So no flag, I think, is the call because the ball was tipped, so it will not be pass interference.
Now, did they rule it
Ball was
incomplete?
tipped prior to the interference flag. Result of the play, interception.
There it is. Well done by that crew to talk themselves.
Great job by the crew. One more look. Tipped, so no interference.
Well, that's Simrad's. Now, he's a quarterback now. Keep that in mind. So he doesn't want to give it away, but he sure does know how to go get it.
One more look. Pulled it in. That is a great interception by Simrad. Pulled it off the carpet. Did not touch. Absolutely. Let's go down to the field to Sean.
You guys, as that ball was in the air and the flag came out, immediately every coach on David City Aquinas' sideline yelled, the ball was tipped, the ball was tipped. I credit the officials for getting together and talking that out as a group, and obviously they made the correct call down here, which sometimes that's not easy to do.
Credit Aquinas coaches for nudging them a bit in the right direction. Good move inside there by Napier. Napier with another nice carry.
All right, so we got to get this figured out in terms of our analogies, right? If this rushing offense and this wing T is the equivalent to Novocaine, Arlington Cedar Catholic has to officially be numb because the main shot has been Napier, and he continues to do work.
Certainly feeling the tingle, there's no doubt about that. 2nd down and 2. Give back to the inside, Pellin with room, and Pellin cuts it back out into the open. Pellin with some speed. Pellin drugged down at about the 25. 2 flags. Look like we might have a horse collar on Pellin. And good to see him up walking around because I thought that knee got buckled under.
Yeah, that's a sunshine and lollipops. Great omen right there if you're a fan of Pellin after you. That's why they originally have gotten after the horse collar because of injuries like that. But fortunately, the cleat does not get stuck. The knee can get out from underneath him.
Horse collar tackle on the defense. 1st down.
It's interesting when your speed guy starts to come to fruition here with 1:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's almost like, you know, you've been punching to the body, and now all of a sudden Pellin is the knockout shot.
Took the legs out from underneath him, and now you're ready to go speed. And Pellin, 47-yard gain. You tack on the penalty at the end of it. 1st and 10 from the 11. Fakes the give. They'll go up top into the corner of the end zone. Flag in the end zone. Pass interference will be called against the Trojans. Looking for Nate Kovar.
For the longest time, I didn't think face guarding existed in high school.
And you're saying it does.
Well, it must. Those guys, that's way above my pay grade. I just coach. I don't know anything. How's that for a conundrum?
Pass interference, defense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat 1st down.
Stefan out there thought he made a great play. He gave it the fist pump. Give inside to Pellin. Pellin cuts it back inside and into the end zone goes Noah Pellin for the touchdown. And Aquinas now on top 39-0.
That is surgeon-like. And there's the scalpel right there, Mr. Pellin. Seal on the backside, good front side block right there by Connor Cranda.
Simrad in there for the PAT.
You can tell this offense has been repped thousands upon thousands of times. They get a good feel for where those running creases are going to develop. Not always easy to do with inside run game.
This reminds you a bit of the old stations that Coach Osborne used to run, right?
Yeah,
6 different stations going on around the outside of the field. Just repetition, that's what it was all about, right, David?
That is. And
running the reps.
I tell you, speaking of running, we've got our running clock and got a shot here. The last time there was a C2 shutout was in 2008. That was Blue Hill over Archbishop Bergen, 14-0. Wow. Our crack statistician. I love when those guys make us look like we've done our research. Isn't that impressive?
Well, this will be impressive tomorrow night on NET. Big Red Wrap-Up moves to a special time because of tonight's State High School Class B championship game. You can join Kevin Kugler and Adrian Fiala as they review last Saturday's Nebraska loss to the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Check out your special guests as they look ahead to Iowa this Friday. Don't miss it. It's Big Red Wrap-Up at a special time tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on NET1. Let's go down to the field to Mr. Sean Callahan, who's part of that Big Red Wrap-Up crew.
Yeah, guys, you talk about the repetition it takes to run this offense. To do it, you have to have the numbers. And that's where David City Aquinas, I think, is different than a lot of Class C2 schools. This year alone, they had 21 freshmen on their freshman team, which, you know, there's some Class A and B schools that don't get 21 freshmen out for football. So the numbers they have, I think, play a big part in making this thing work for Ron Mimick. You know, the real challenge, though, guys, will be by 2016. The next season will be their final year in Class C2. When the schedule cycles around again in 16, they will be a Class C1 team. So that will be a whole new challenge for them going forward.
Not necessarily unfamiliar or uncharted waters for this program.
Right.
They've been there before.
56 players out for football on this year's.
That's a big number.
It absolutely is.
That's a big number, and I don't care what high school. That's more than let's say a school like Omaha Central or Omaha South, who has over 2,500 students out for football. That is a big number.
Their student enrollment is 112. They have 56 out for football.
Can you imagine if you have half your kids out that are eligible to play?
That's a big number. Give inside, nothing there on first down.
Let's think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's figure half your student body are male, right? Half of them are boys, would play.
That is.
Every one of them are out there playing, right?
I mean, you know me, I'm not that smart. I got to get my mind around that one. I'm just trying to extrapolate if we can pull that off at 38th and Ames over there. You had 280 kids out for football.
You pulled off enough things. Give to Becker, and that will do it for 3 quarters here in this Class C2 state championship. It has been Aquinas Catholic with an impressive and dominating performance. 5 turnovers, including that one by Simmer.
Whether it's spring planting, fall harvesting, or just a drive across the state, soy biodiesel helps a diesel-powered engine operate in a demanding job. Soybean oil from Nebraska soybeans makes biodiesel a renewable fuel that's also environmentally responsible. The soybean checkoff plays a major role in supporting the use and availability of biodiesel. The Nebraska Soybean Board, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Constellation believes in developing the next generation of Nebraska leaders, and we show that support by contributing to 4-H and FFA in the 60 Nebraska counties we serve. Nearly $50,000 over the past 2 years alone. Constellation provides natural gas for Nebraska homes, farms, ranches, and businesses. Through our support for 4-H and FFA, we're providing energy for Nebraska's future as well. Natural gas from Constellation.
Back at Memorial Stadium for the Class C2 state championship game, along with Damon Binning, Sean Callahan on the sidelines. I'm Larry Putney. Here's a look at your game summary. It has been all Aquinas here. A total of, I think we said 5 going to break. It is now 6 total turnovers for Aquinas Catholic. And there are the yards per play, which you pointed to, Damon, as being so crucial. 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Pitch outside to Becker. Good stiff arm, still on his feet. Best run of the day by Becker as he's into Aquinas territory, down to about the 46-yard line. Finally taken out of bounds. A gain of 25 yards. Best carry of the day.
Little option, sealing the edge. Crandon makes a rare mistake. I'm trying to get my mind around something you said earlier. They've got 112 kids. That's boys and girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right.
let's say
that's what I said half of those kids can play, so the half that can play are all playing. Are you writing this down over there?
Well, I'm guessing that has to be 90-95% of your boys.
So you're still doing the math is what you're saying.
All right.
Okay.
So that means I need about 800 kids out for football at North. That's the equivalent, right? If you're doing ratios.
You're right. It's a little different, Damon, in small town Nebraska. We all know that. This is the passion, right? I mean, this is what they live for. This is, it's part of who they are, this high school football thing.
Must be nice to have that indoctrined in your DNA.
Absolutely.
I'm selfish.
40-0 the score here. 2nd down and 11. Toss to Becker again. Becker stacked up after no gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and long. As we said earlier, we have the running clock once the score gets to a 35-point advantage. And the clock only stops for timeouts and injuries.
Yeah, well, that young man has played well, offensively and defensively.
So 5 wide.
Big shot right there. I'm just going to take a stab at, I'm shocked. Shocked, chagrined, and dismayed that Mitchell White has sacrificed his body for a big hit. I mean, he has been unbelievable.
Yes, he has. Good size, too.
Well, he looks like a football player. I don't know if it's the neck roll or the fact that he appears to be as ornery as all get out. But it's a good football player right there. Well-deserved rest. Might have knocked himself out.
There are either a few teachers back in David City chuckling, saying, yep, you're exactly right, or actually a really good kid. Throw down the field and caught by Burbach. And Burbach with the grab and a flag on the play.
And that was stripped, too.
And a great job by Burbach going up after that. It was loose on the ground.
I want to tell you something. McGuire, they stripped this thing from behind, and that's the 3rd such kind of turnover we've seen where David City Aquinas does not wait for a turnover. They go get a takeaway. There's no question that they are coached to do that. And I'm sure Aquinas Catholic will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. Watch the hustle after the great catch by Burbach. Napier hustling, look at that, the strip, and McGuire on the spot. That's a well-coached defensive unit. Burbach is the guy that we thought should get some touches earlier, just given his size and propensity to go get the ball in the air.
Gets the ball. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is fumble recovered by Aquinas.
Boy, on this same field, you saw a player ineligible come back in bounds.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Make a great catch, only to have it stripped.
Are you drawing a parallel?
I am not. Do not shoot the messenger, but isn't that's 6 degrees of separation. Wow.
Are they headed that direction too?
I'm afraid to connect the dots. Yeah. I'm still trying to get my mind around 10 through 12 eligible for attendance numbers and who's playing sports.
So 7th turnover for Aquinas. Hey, we asked you earlier today in our NSAA championship trivia question, who or what school won 48 consecutive games from 1996 through 1999. Doug Anderson of West Point knew that it was Cambridge and their terrific run of 48 consecutive. So congratulations to Doug of West Point. We'll be sending you that state championship t-shirt size extra large. If it doesn't fit, Damon has offered to take it off your hands.
Yes, I have. And have we figured out, I always try to get smarter with our listening audience and our viewing audience, is Cambridge really the Kool-Aid capital, or were they improperly credited as the Kool-Aid capital of the world?
I thought it was Hastings.
See, I need somebody smarter than us.
Apparently.
I've been told Cambridge. It might have been Nicole Kubik doing that. I
don't know. Good pass on the outside, complete for a gain of 14, make it 15 yards. Catch by Yendrick. Caleb Yendrick grabbed that.
So number 2 offense comes in and proceeds to throw the football. Oh, this must be the passing unit. Well, these guys, Aquinas Catholic is just good at what they do. You have to tip your hat. This is pretty impressive.
Spencer McGuire now in there at quarterback, and it was McGuire, the junior, that threw that last completion. McGuire gives it up the middle, ball on the ground, but McGuire back on top of it.
So let me get this straight. You bring in your number 2 offense, and one of your best offensive players and defensive comes in to be your number 2 quarterback?
Right.
Yeah, that seems about right, doesn't it? McGuire's been everywhere.
Second team, right?
He's been everywhere today.
McGuire getting some very valuable reps here, Damon. He's a junior. He'll be back next year, and they're going to try to make it 5 consecutive trips down here. And that young man, number 9, McGuire, will be a big part of what they do next year.
Tell you what, as long as they continue to execute like they have up front, I'm not sure it's going to matter who's taking snaps.
Third down and 9 for the Monarchs. Kobza with the carry. Bring up 4th down. So here comes the punting unit for the Monarchs. Good tackle by Kendrick Gayden. There's a look at Gayden. He's 6'3", 260 junior. Yeah,
he played well in spurts today.
Yep. And it being helped off is Kobza. There's Kenton Kobza, another junior. Well put together young man, isn't he?
On that guy.
Yeah.
I assume they spent some time in the weight room at Aquinas Catholic.
You're right.
I do find that odd that we both noticed that at the same time. Must be that kindred spirits thing we had going on.
Blocked kick is loose on the ground. A little scoop and knocked down to the 13-yard line.
I don't want to be that guy, but that might have been the old Cranda backing up into the. I believe Cranda may have blocked that with his rear end.
Yep. One more look at it. Right into the yep.
And hit him right in the top of the number 3. At least you know that Aquinas Catholic is human.
Good opportunity here for the Trojans. Ball inside the 15-yard line at the 14, 1st and 10. Wiebelhaus and Becker in there. Option to the outside, ball on the ground and recovered by Aquinas. Oh my. Even when you get a break, it has just been one of those afternoons that the Trojans feel like they can't do anything to get going.
Well, not good pitch. Got to handle that one for Mr. Becker. Look at all the black jerseys, though. I mean, even if that ball is rolling around, you just get the sense that by the numbers alone. Tell you what, you watch this motion and this wing tee offense and that gold and black.
Look at the turnovers, Damon. This almost becomes self-fulfilling at some point. You're so concerned about the turnover. That is 8 turnovers, 8-0 in the game.
Yeah, when you're talking about turnovers, crooked numbers are never good.
Carry out past the 20. Let's go down to the field, Sean Callahan.
Guys, Aquinas really emptying off that bench now. They're actually playing some freshmen out here on this field. I know 68, 53, a couple of these linemen are young freshman players. And how many freshmen, Damon, can say they've played in a state championship game at Memorial Stadium? It's pretty rare opportunity these guys are getting.
And when you're trying to sustain a juggernaut, getting experience at as a youth is plenty important.
Give up the middle.
It's Gaden again.
Gaden with the stop. Mitch Commit, the sophomore fullback, with the carry. Also in there is James Kobza, a junior. Ooh, good hit. Little pop from the outside there, huh?
Yeah, I tell you, you know, you just kind of watch warm-ups and you get a sense on athleticism. And Burbach is a guy he's stuck out. You know, he's big, he's long. He was a good route runner. He looked like he could make some plays in space. He just hasn't had a ton of opportunities today to have his presence felt. He looks the part, though.
So 4th down and 5 as the clock continues to tick away. 3:15 and counting. Got the punt away that time. That'll be taken by Wiebelhaus at the 45. Back out to midfield on the return by Wiebelhaus. Well, what happens to the brain during a concussion is still a medical mystery. NET Sports examines head injuries and UNL's advanced brain research in concussions heading for change. You can hear from athletes who suffered and see what's being done to prevent them. Concussions heading for change can be seen online at netnebraska.org/concussions and on the NET Nebraska app. On a path to learn so much more about concussions right here at the University of Nebraska and the commitment to that study. You ever suffer concussion while you played, Damon?
Yes, I did. I've gone to sleep a few times, unfortunately, but just small stints, a couple seconds. One was in practice, courtesy of one Mr. Dwayne Harris. It was in the spring. I mean, good thing is I can remember. It was in spring of 1994. Almost where Aquinas Catholic is huddling right now to receive instructions from Coach Mimick.
There's a look at Hartington Cedar Catholic. Credit to those young men on a terrific season. 10-2 coming in, making it to this state championship game. You know who maybe the most famous alum football player from Hartington Cedar Catholic would be?
Educate me, my
You might have played with him, David.
Who's that?
Maybe he was before your time. Russ? Big Mr. Hochstein in the NFL?
He's a little younger than me.
Okay, so behind you.
Just a little bit.
Terrific player at Hartington Cedar Catholic. Carried by Becker there.
I remember just yesterday I was talking with Coach Meisenberg and Coach Uronic, and that we were just kind of going through memory lane a little bit about Aquinas Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
And they mentioned Mr. Hochstein.
Quite the player. Looking downfield, got a man open, goes up and pulls it down. Great hands, and there's your guy, Mr. Burbach.
Yeah, you could just tell he's a good player. And it seems like the second quarter was so long ago, but remember, that's when I said, let's try to find a way to get number 3 the ball.
Yeah, yep.
He definitely looked the part. He was fluid. I liked him in warm-ups. He's got nobody covering him currently.
So gain of 26 on the pass completion. They'll go back up top inside the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6. Second down and a timeout called by the Trojans, who desperately want to get in the end zone here.
It's a fine line, too, as a coach. If you're Coach Mimick, you know that you have substituted. You've substituted freely with the game in hand, but there's this part that you kind of fight as a coach where you want to preserve the shutout as we take a look at Burbach, going to go get it. Using every bit of that 6'3", frame.
So great grab there. Hey, good time for you to purchase a DVD copy of these NSAA Nebraska High School Football Championships, just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. So to order, give us a call, 800-868-1868, or you can log on, just head to the website at netnebraska.org and pick up this DVD copy of the high school Class C2 state championship game. These memories can last you for a lifetime. 40-0. And Cedar Catholic with a drive, trying to punch it in. Tanner Kaiser gathers that one in, looks into the end zone, floats it out there, tipped around and incomplete. Looking for Tristan Steffen in the end zone.
Just a little late with that delivery. Steffen came open early. You can see the tail end of that, 2 receivers in one spot.
And even though it's incomplete, the clock will continue to run. So you're seeing Cedar Catholic, the Trojans, quickly back into their offense.
A bunch formation.
Clock inside 40 seconds to go. Desperately would like to get on the board. The toss into the end zone. Tip, was it caught? It was! Off of the tip, Steffen pulls it in, and Cedar Catholic gets on the board.
Yeah, an assist from Burback, who went up and got it. Again, a little late on the delivery, but the big fella goes up. He keeps it alive on the tip. Oh, boy.
Huh.
Back judge has got a good look at it. Look, he's following it. Well, how good is our camera work? Can I say that without coming across as a company man?
Absolutely, you can say that.
That's a great view. That's, isn't it?
Yep. Bankston, Cat Bankston in there to knock in the PAT, and that's off of the right post, and no good.
I saw Coach Mimic reaching for his challenge flag. Who's supposed to hold that for him on the sidelines? He stuffed that in his sock.
Might have forgot it today. 40-6. But a good sign that Cedar Catholic able to get on the board there. Well, sports fans, NET is for you. We bring you more Nebraska high school sports than any other Nebraska network. For more information on NET sports, maybe you want to check on dates or times of events, upcoming events, DVD sales, available webcasts, visit netnebraska.org. So back deep now for the Monarchs. James Kobza, the junior. As well as Nolan Helgott, the junior. That's a free ball. And you saw one of the
I think Burback got that back. Say that out loud real fast. No, he didn't get it. I thought I saw that right arm reach out. I was going to say something about Quinn Paulson kicking off, but he might be their onside specialist. Let me take a look at the replay.
Well, you saw the offensive player backing away from it, not realizing that it wasn't a punt.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the bottom of those piles. Burback just to soon not get that right arm eaten.
That's right. So 29 seconds to go in the C2 state championship game.
Aquinas Catholic still sprinting to the line of scrimmage. Well, that hasn't changed. It's just a well-coached outfit.
A lot of freshmen here. Freshman under center here, Gavin Wrench. Knocked down in the backfield.
How about the resolve that Hartington Cedar Catholic showed and staying with it? Finding a way.
Timeout taken by the Monarchs. As Ron Mimic trying to get an opportunity for all his players to get in here at Memorial Stadium.
I actually kind of like that gesture. Making sure, hey, who hasn't played?
Yep. Everybody gets a chance.
Not a big participation, get a ribbon guy, but I understand the philosophy. If you have the opportunity, it's 40-7, and you want guys to experience, you know, what it's like to be out there on the field. That's well done.
Another freshman you just saw there, Brandon Timoni. Clock running again. Give inside. Taken down is Matthew Nadrigal. And the third championship in 4 years for the Monarchs of Aquinas Catholic. They are your Class C2 state champs. Congratulations to both of these teams for being down here, making it to Memorial Stadium. Cedar Catholic ends their year runner-up, 10-3 on the season. Aquinas Catholic 12-1, and C2 state champs.
It's just interesting. Remember, way back in the first quarter, we wondered if Hartington Cedar Catholic was going to find a way to be able to recreate the line of scrimmage as it was firmly being established by Aquinas Catholic.
Right.
Little ominous foreshadowing right there.
When we come back here to Memorial Stadium, we will have the presentation of medals and trophies to both the runner-up and the champions. Stay with us right here on NET Sports.
For me, asking why is just getting started.
It's more than an activity. It's me doing what I love.
I'm not a stereotype. When I rewrite the rules, things get better.
I know that all these experiences matter.
These moments will help me become something more.
Little things always lead to something bigger.
Do it.
Track it.
Earn it.
What you're doing now will help you get scholarships later. Find resources from Education Quest at trackyoursuccess.org.
Over the years, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association has supported many Nebraska athletes by helping them excel physically. But the mental game is just as important. That's why we're pleased to sponsor the NSAA Academic All-State Award Program, recognizing students and athletes who shine in the classroom and as leaders. We're proud to team up with these exceptional individuals. Together we can continue to make Nebraska a great place to live, learn, and play.
Are you searching for the perfect, unique gift for that person who has everything? Visit auction.netnebraska.org to look, bid, and buy in our first ever holiday auction. The bidding continues through November 25th. You'll see one-of-a-kind sports memorabilia, travel packages, PBS Kids gift packs, concert tickets, and so much more. Support NET and bid online at auction.netnebraska.org.
Coverage of the 2014 NSAA High School Football Championships on NET is made possible in part by the Nebraska Soybean Board, the Nebraska Tourism Commission, Nebraska Public Power District, Education Quest, the Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We couldn't do it without your support. Back at Memorial Stadium, there are your Class C2 state champions, the Aquinas Catholic Monarchs, finishing 11-1 on the year, and a dominating performance here in this state championship game. 40-6 is the final. Now for the medal and trophy presentation to the runners-up, let's go to Doc Weininger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Rhonda Blanford Green, NSAA Board of Directors Nolan Byer from Millard Public Schools, Jay Beller from Battle Creek, and U.S. Bank Representative Trina Shermock. Here are the awards for Class C2 runner-up, Hartington Cedar Catholic High School. Well, head coach Chad Caddo and your assistants, please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 2, Tanner Kaiser. Number 3, Luke Burback. Number 4, Alex Fisher. Number 5, Grant Lisey. Number 6, Sean Cottle. Number 7, James Kaiser. Number 8, Shane Hamilton. Number 9, Easton Jocumson. Number 10, Cole Heckenleibel. Number 11, Cap Bankston. Number 12, Adam Lucker. Number 16, Matthew Schaefer. Number 17, Riley Arndt. Number 18, Austin Becker. Number 20, Isaac Kramer. Number 21, Casey Lammert. Number 22, Jared Wiebelhaus. Number 23, Zach Fisher. Number 24, Tristan Steffen. Number 27, Bryce Lammers. Number 28, Austin Arndt. Number 30, Ian Jocumson. Number 31, Mitchell Steffen. Number 33, Sam Bellmeyer. Number 40, Jackson Icon. Number 42, Ryan Becker. Number 43, Bennett Steffen. Number 44, Austin Kramer. Number 48, Jason Becker. Number 50, Bo Becker. Number 51, Kelby Schomer. Number 52, Isaac Stevens. Number 53, Stephen Hillis. Number 55, Quinn Paulson. Number 57, Jacob R. Number 58, Kendrick Gayton. Number 60, Adam Lisey. Number 62, Ian Rohan. Number 64, Caden Lammers. Number 65, Marcus Arndt. Number 67, Jack Steffen. Number 72, Chase Kelly. Number 76, Austin Cook. Number 77, Tucker Loberg. Number 78, Carter Taney. Number 80, Ty Becker. Number 82, Andy Schiefer. Number 85, Harrison Arndt. Number 86, Mason Wiedenfeld. Number 88, Kyle Lenz. Number 89, Garrett Heine. And now, here is the 2014 Class C2 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Hartington Cedar Catholic High School.
10-3 on the season, and one more time, congratulations to the Trojans from Cedar Catholic on a terrific season, making it down here to Memorial Stadium. Third runner-up trophy in that school's history. They finished runner-up in 2009, in 2001, and here again in 2014. Turnovers maybe got to them, right?
Yeah. They finished with 8, right?
Yeah.
That'll usually do it.
So time now for our champions from Aquinas Catholic to receive their medals and the trophy. Let's go back to Doc.
And now to the champions from Aquinas Catholic High School. First head coach, Ron Mimick, we have a special award for you. And now, Coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 3, Connor Cranda. Number 4, Trevor Soroki. Number 5, Matthew Nadrical. Number 6, Gavin Ragg. Number 7, Tyler Vabrina. Number 8, Noah Pella. Number 9, Spencer McGuire. Number 10, Fidel Mokwiza. Number 12, Trev Semrad. Number 14, Connor Emsweiler. Number 16, James Kobza. Number 20, Samuel Sisko. Number 24, Nolan Helga. Number 25, Lane Napier. Number 26, Brock Haskell. Number 30, Caleb Yindrick. Number 33, Joshua Rowe. Number 34, Mason Helga. Number 35, Mitchell Kamen. Number 38, Kenton Kobza. Number 41, Daniel Ryder. Number 46, Joshua Pandorf. Number 47, Kyle Petrie. Number 50, Jackson Witter. Number 51, Mitchell White. Number 52, Colin Hine. Number 53, Nathan Ermacher. Number 54, Jaden Sylvester. Number 55, Michael Sofal. Number 56, Joseph Kindler. Number 57, Jacob Kudlitz. Number 58, Jake Emsweiler. Number 59, Grant Romshad. Number 60, Trenton Smith. Number 61, William Ryder. Number 64, Brendan Cobb. Number 65, Nolan McGuire. Number 66, Brandon Swoboda. Number 67, Samuel Wisniewski. Number 68, Kyle Ruth. Number 70, Matthew Kindler. Number 71, Corbin Hilger. Number 72, Travis Topol. Number 73, Dawson Shawang. Number 74, Anthony Burrish. Number 75, Trevin Stager. Number 76, Cole Shanka. Number 77, Caleb Brazina. Number 79, Benjamin Wisniewski. Number 82, Calvin Haskell. Number 83, Michael Jacob. Number 85, Heath Kettler. Number 86, Justin Eller. Number 87, Brandon Darrow. Number 88, Brandon Timone. Number 89, Nathan Kovar. Now presenting the team champion game ball from Farmers Mutual Insurance, Vice President of Agencies, Andy Kraus, to head coach, Ron Mimick. And now for these outstanding athletes in their school, here is the 2014 Class C2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Aquinas Catholic High School.
Champions once again. They won it all in 2011. They won it in 2012. They were runner-up last year and now back on top in 2014. That is 4 consecutive years down here at Memorial Stadium playing for a state championship, winning it 3 of those 4 years, and the cupboard does not appear to be bare yet.
No, I mean, McGuire comes in and he gets snaps late. He's only a junior, and he's your next quarterback in line.
Right.
Your bigs up front, you know, we talked about them staying true to their system and what they do. It's not like they'll be putting in a new scheme or a ton of new formations next year, right? So. And Coach Mimick is so funny because he said, you know what? Looks a lot like it did in the 90s. You know, you're trying to get a scouting report and you're thinking, I think he's serious.
Well, with the champs down in the field, Sean Callahan.
Guys, I'm with head coach Ron Mimick. This is 3 titles now in 4 years. What makes this group so special? I know a year ago you were in this same game and they learned a lot from that experience. What makes this group what they are here today?
You know, they just stick with it. They go off for a lot of other sports, become better athletes. They go off for track in the spring. They lift weights fairly good. they stick with it. We moved a couple kids around in positions, and they accepted it really well, and it helped a lot. Like Trent Smith moved to tackle and moved to linebacker for us, which solidified us both in there, and Heath Keller really come on a tight end. So the senior group and the Jake Emswater got to play a lot. They didn't let her last year, but they played well this year. So that, and we had a really good, some nice senior leaders. Trev Samrod was a good leader. Trevin Steger was a great emotional leader for us, and then Nate Kovar did a good job for us. It was a good group, very unselfish group, a great group of young men.
Coach, your system too, it's something you guys have been running for a long time. In the day of football, there's a lot of spreads, no huddles, but you guys have been doing what you do here really since the 90s.
Yeah, it is. We actually have some under center gun plays that we can run a fair amount of our offense. We just kind of went away from it as the year went on, as the playoffs went on, because we're more comfortable at this. And high school football is different than college and pro football. It's what it is. People on our level got to play offense and defense. So, you only can play so many different ways on defense, and we know how to attack most defenses. And on offense, we can go under center a little bit, but we'll maybe do a little more next year. We'll see. But it works well on the level we're playing, because you got to play them both ways. And, we know how to practice to get kids good on both sides of the ball.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on a dominating performance. Let's bring in some of your players here. Let's start out with junior running back here, Noah Pellin. Noah, just what does this mean? I know a year ago you guys were in the same game and came up short. What does it mean to get it done here today?
It's just an unbelievable feeling. The fact that, we came up short here last year, but we worked our butts off this summer and had a few slumps early in the season, but to finish it off this strong is just unbelievable.
How much trouble does your offense give defenses? It just seems like you can see the frustration out there when defenses think they have you figured out, then you go to somebody else.
Yeah, it's just anybody on any given play can get the ball. You can't game plan for one person because the other halfbacks or fullback will step up. And we really improved our throwing game this year with Nate Kovar, who's a great receiver, and Trev Samrod, great quarterback. But yeah, you just can't game plan on one person.
Noah, congratulations. Let's bring in one of your backfield mates here now. Fullback Lane Napier, just a sophomore guys here, and Lane played a lot in the state championship game as well. What does it mean to get it done here this time around?
It's a great feeling knowing that our seniors got here 4 years in a row. We came up short last year, but to make it here 4 years in a row and just to be part of them and be able to help them get here.
What do you guys do now to build on this? You guys have a lot of guys coming back. It seems like you have such a great system in place. 3 championships in 4 years, 4 championship appearances. How do you get it going now in the future here going forward?
We just put the guys in the positions that Coach wants them, and everyone goes their hardest because everyone wants to be able to play. So people go their hardest, and that's who we find out who needs to be there.
Well, congratulations on winning the state championship. Hopefully we'll see you back in the same stadium next year. Guys, back to you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much, Sean, and congratulations once again to the state champs, Aquinas Catholic, their 3rd state title in 4 years. That's an impressive run.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And, Coach Mimick was pretty specific. There was a lot in there in the brevity of those answers when he talked about it's what we do. We know how to coach kids on both sides of the ball to give us a chance to win. And professional and college football is a lot different than high school.
And at our level, this works. I think that's pretty clear, Coach.
I liked his delivery, and you can see why he's successful.
We all see that. Hey, what a reminder, coming up later this afternoon, we have the Class C1 state championship coming your way. Ashland Greenwood, Boone Central, Newman Grove, a battle of unbeatens, 2 12-0 teams. That should be a good one, so be sure to join us 2:30 this afternoon right here on NET1. Until then, for David Benning and for Sean Callahan, I'm Larry Putney. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later this afternoon right back here on NET Sports.